And yeah, so coincidentally, through no fault of my own, I promise, as soon as I was saying that I wanted the video to stop, somebody called me and the video stopped. But it gave me a second to kind of get my thoughts together and compose myself a little bit. And I can now come to you just a tad more prepared than I was maybe 2 minutes ago. But yeah, so there are a lot of INFJ personalities on YouTube. And why is that? Well, first I'd like to start with probably the most in your face but not so obvious. We don't talk to a lot of people. I mean, we probably do talk to a lot of people, but what I really mean is, like, if you've studied the INFJ personality, if you have an INFJ friend, if you are an INFJ, you would know that when we go through our day, when we're interacting with people, like even when we're having one-on-one conversations, it's not very often like about us, about what we're doing, about what we want, about how we feel, about what we're thinking. It's usually someone else coming to us in a time of their own personal need and us doing something about that. Or yeah, I would say that's mainly what it is. But we're also very introverted, and we're very intuition dominant, being our first cognitive function. So there's there's a lot that goes on in our heads that we don't get the chance to say to people, and we also need a lot of personal, private, like secluded time to recharge and do all the things that we do in private. I'm not gonna give away all our secrets right now, and I'm sure there's hundreds of other INFJ videos here that you can go and watch that'll do that for you. But the first and main point is that we have the time to do this type of stuff. Like, consider this: if we were extroverted and we naturally talked to people out in the real world, out, sitting right next to us about these things that we're telling you on YouTube, or we were hanging out with these people and, making time to go out and actually be of the world and hang out with people and do stuff, we wouldn't have the time to be making these videos and talking about this stuff. So, I guess the first reason and the sad reality of it is, INFJs just need more friends. Seriously. Who do we talk to about this stuff? Who do we talk to? And so because of that, we end up sitting in front of a camera, expressing our innermost feelings, bearing our souls, and just kind of in a way making a diary, but also in a way, and this is gonna go into point 2, we know that we can help people. We know that just like in our regular everyday lives, we touch people's lives, and we know things that innately can help people and change people's perspective. And if we're not telling these things to people out in the real world, how else can we convey this stuff? And point 3, I guess, would be that even in the real world and even around people, because we're so, I don't want to say rare, and sidebar, in my video, one of my main objectives in my videos when I'm talking to you guys is to not be like super stereotypical, to not be like super redundant, to not like, I don't want to trigger you guys. Like, I don't want to say the same things that everybody on YouTube is saying, because that's, you know, that's stupid. We could all, if that's the case, there only needs to be one person making YouTube videos, but we all have something different to say. And I want to give you my honest, genuine perspective, but I also want to give a new perspective. Like, I want to add to the conversation. I don't want to repeat the conversation. So I'm going to try to stay away from words that everybody kind of already uses or everybody kind of identifies certain things and concepts with. I guess that could be point 4, or maybe I glossed over point 3, I don't know. But we feel like we have something to say. Yeah, that would be point 3. So point 4, no, this is still point 3. I don't know. I'm done with the point system. Don't sue me, don't judge me, whatever. INFJs are so hard to identify. That's what I was getting at. We're so hard to identify sometimes because we have such adaptable personalities that it's hard to kind of feel a sense of true like belonging and community with the people around you when you instinctively know that you're different from them, and another person like you is probably like hundreds of miles away, somewhere in their own little corner of their own little house, in their own little world, in their own mind. And how do you guys reach each other? Like, so this is a good like way for us to even have that sense of, oh my gosh, there's another person out there like me somewhere. And that's kind of like an empowering feeling, just to know that like you're not crazy. I mean, you might be crazy. I'm a little crazy. I can be crazy. But just to know that like you have a tribe, like, yeah, you do have a tribe, and we're all a tribe, you know. We're all humans, we're all here, we're in this time and space and place, and we have to learn to live and cooperate with one another. But I don't know, it kind of comes down to the way we see things. Like, everything is one and everything is equal, but everything has its own unique flavor and signature, and it's not like we're like harshly or negatively judging things, but we have a way of compartmentalizing like feelings and vibes and like overreaching, like, I can't think of the word, it'll come to me, and I know you're looking at me and you know exactly what I'm trying to say. The word's right there on your tongue, it's not on mine right now. But yeah, so why do INFJs turn to YouTube? I kind of want to get into like a perspective on us. Like, it seems to me like that other personality types kind of look at us as like a counselor. I'm sorry, that's a trigger word. As like someone to talk to, as like wise, as someone who they can come to, and no matter what's going on with them, we can handle it, we'll make them feel better, and we won't judge them. Like, but yeah, it's I lost my train of thought again, you guys. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep making videos, and stay tuned. Like I said, if there are things you want me to talk about, I definitely will. If you want it to sound like it makes any coherent sense and I'm not just like a babbling idiot lost in space looking around in the world like I don't know what's going on, which is kind of the exact opposite of what's happening when I do that, which is why I get so thrown off, because it's like I'm trying to follow this train up here, but then there's like a whole circus of trains just outside of me. And if any of them collide, it would be disastrous. So let's not do that. But yeah. Catch you in the next one.